To celebrate the accomplishments in space, we have several companies right here in Colorado, first of all, that a lot of people don't know is in our right backyard. But Tori Bruno, the CEO of ULA, is here, which is a huge local company. It's an honor to have you here, and we're talking about some space exploration. So yesterday, Cinco de Mayo, was the 55th anniversary of Alan Shepard going into space. We do it a lot more often now, don't we?
Yes, we do. We fly every month, sometimes even only just a week apart.
And some people, you don't know there's just so many launches that happen now. We're sending satellites into space. We're sending crews into space as well. What is our current role, and how do you see things kind of shifting as we head toward the future?
Sure. Well, so today it's mostly about taking communication satellites and Earth observation to space and research. But very soon we're going to start taking people back from America, American astronauts launching from America. That's what this model is of our Atlas rocket with Boeing Starliner capsule on top. That's very exciting, but very soon we're going to be doing new missions in space.
New missions and new methods as well. We've all seen the headlines. SpaceX is now landing rockets on barges. You guys are coming up with reusable tech too to cut down the cost. What are you planning on doing?
So our first reusable technology will actually be a reusable upper stage to the rocket that stays in space and is refueled and reused there.
So you send this big hunk of mass up into space, which costs a lot of money to get it to orbit the first time, but you're going to leave it there so you don't have to hoist it up every time?
Exactly. And that'll change how you go to space and what you can do there.
So what are you guys planning on doing then, now that you have this big thing in space? What are you going to do with it?
Well, this is going to allow us to build infrastructure there, and we're going to see a real commercialization of low Earth orbit with habitats that are privately owned and regular people like you and me who live and work in space.
So you're talking space tourism is what you're trying to do with this new rocket. So what is this new rocket that you have here, and what are the new features that are going to be on it?
That's our Vulcan Aces rocket. And
this one?
So, yes, and so it'll be a much larger, more powerful booster than anything that's flying today. We will recover the engines, not the whole booster, the way that you saw last night, but just the engine, the most valuable part. And then the upper stage, as I said, will stay in space, and pretty soon there'll be a fleet of those.
Okay, so the upper stage is cool enough to me, but the lower stage, tell people what you're telling me about how you're going to plan on recovering it.
Yeah, so we'll separate the engine when the boost phase is done. It'll re-enter, it'll deploy a parachute, and then we'll capture it with a helicopter.
You're going to scoop it out of the sky?
Literally scoop it out of the sky.
That is awesome stuff. Thank you very much for joining us here. Happy Space Day to you, and hopefully we'll see you back in studio soon. But Ken, we'll toss it over to you for your traffic outlook.
That was wonderful.
Isn't that good stuff?
Very cool, very good. All right, we have